Happy evening, everyone. So, a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining the free introductory session on the Advanced Certificate in Psychology and Counseling. The Advanced Certificate in Psychology and Counseling program is specially designed to help you to understand human psychology, behavior, and practical counseling skills in a simple, structured, and practical way. In today's session, you will get a clear understanding of basics of psychology, counseling techniques, how this program can help you to grow both personally and professionally. Many of you may already be familiar with Dr. Hussain Basha sir. For those who are new, we have a short introduction video to help you to understand his experience and vision. Let's watch the video.
Dr. Hussain Basha, a visionary leader empowering minds and transforming lives. In a world where minds seek meaning and hearts yearn for hope, stands a visionary dedicated to empowering people, inspiring transformation, and creating a world of peace. He is Dr. Hussain Basha, a beacon of the human mind. A distinguished psychologist, special educator, life coach, professor and author and social activist, Dr. Hussain Basha is a licensed rehabilitation professional under the Rehabilitation Council of India, Government of India. For over 2 decades, he has touched and transformed the lives of more than 2 lakh individuals through thousands of motivational sessions and training programs conducted across India and abroad. His impactful sessions have inspired people from Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Kerala and Odisha to international destinations including Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Riyadh, Muscat, Doha and Colombo. A passionate advocate for youth empowerment and community development, Dr. Hussain has been devoted to serving humanity since his student days. An exceptional academic, he holds 13 degrees in diverse fields such as psychology, social work, business administration, human resource management, commerce, law, and international business. A true lifelong learner, he continues to prove that education is the most powerful tool for transformation. He is a certified national trainer and author of Junior Chamber International, JCI, and serves as director of the Lions Club of Padiyanallur, President of the Art of Peace Foundation and WHO International, Director of the National Institute of Psychology and Research and Chief Executive Officer of Mastermind International, which operates across India, the UAE and the USA. A prolific writer, Dr. Hussain has authored several acclaimed books including Varkei Vasapadum, Life Will Obey You, Vetri Kale NLP, The Art of Success NLP, Unarvai Unnai, Feel Yourself, and Yennai Thedum Vinakan, Questions That Seek Me. His works continue to inspire readers to explore their inner strength and embrace positive change. In recognition of his exceptional contributions, he has received over 16 national and international awards, including the Best Teacher Award from the Ministry of Education, Best Citizen of India Award, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Award, and Psychology Hero Award. Dr. Hussain has also created 3 world records in mental health awareness: the world's longest 16-hour continuous online training marathon, the Global Happiness Synchrony involving over 200 trainers worldwide, and the world's longest human chain for mental health awareness with more than 2,000 participants. He has also contributed to the media as the concept creator of the documentary Kadal Kadanda Paravaigal, and worked as an associate director and actor in several social awareness short films. Through his globally recognized online diploma programs, DCP and MDCC, he has empowered more than 5,000 participants, of whom 90% are women, helping them build confidence and self-reliance through psychological education. Every word he speaks ignites the belief, yes, I can. A radiant force transforming minds and lives, he continues to be a guiding light of human emotion and psychology. Dr. Hussain Basha, the psychology hero of human emotion. All glory to the Almighty.
Thank you for watching the video. I hope you now have a better understanding of vision and experience behind this program. And now, without taking much of your time, I would like to invite Dr. Hussain Basha sir to take over the session and guide you further into the world of psychology and counseling. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Jasima. Happy evening. Yes, how are you all? Hope you are doing great. Yeah. So I could see the existing students and some of the guests. I welcome you all. Right. ACPC, Advanced Certificate in Counseling and Coaching. So this program, it was called Master Diploma in Counseling and Coaching, MDCC. From this batch, it is called ACPC. Most of you must be knowing the reason why the title has been changed. Yeah. So ACPC is officially recognized by EGC approved university in Sri Lanka now, based on the new curriculum. And the same approved here in India by Global University, that is also EGC approved university. So for university approval and all, we are in a position to modify various syllabus and structure. Though the structure wise, not much difference. Only the duration is changed now. Earlier MDCC was 11 months, now 12 months. One more month added. And one topic, dialectical behavior therapy, which is very important in psychological disorder and psychological issues to cure. So the topic has been added now. And the life coaching, it was there in MDCC. Now it is moved to the other course, ACLC. So small changes we have made in order to get the approval and all these things. So a fresh, branded, new program. So that's what we are going to study. Okay. So in today we have students from a different background. We have existing students who are studying MDCC course already. Number two, students who have joined this ACLC course. So welcome. Number two. Number three, there are guests. Yeah, there are guests who are interested to know about the program. Yeah. So we have three kinds of participants today. Okay. So what are we going to discuss today? So number one, what is the curriculum we are going to follow in ACPC? Number two, the understanding what is psychology, psychological and psychiatric disorders, and what is there in our scope and all these things. And we will be having at the end a question answer session. So this is what we are going to discuss today. Okay, right. So any new students who want to have any detail? So all the material, whatever we are discussing here, whatever we are showing here, so that will be shared in your community. You'll be there in the community now. So within 24 hours, it will be shared in your community. Suppose if you are not receiving for any reason, you can contact the coordinator. Number one. Number two, suppose if you are missing any classes, you can very well watch the recording and get the knowledge. And ensure that you are attending live online classes. At least 75% attendance is mandatory in order to appear for the examination. Yeah. So these are the things. Anything else, if you want to get the clarity, you can ask in the chat box, or you can raise your hand and unmute. And the existing student who are already studying in this course, if you like to welcome the new student, you can very well raise your hand and welcome them. If anybody wants to welcome. And you can share your experience with the course and welcome the new students. And the new students, so you can very well, if you have any question, you can ask. Any guest, if you want to share anything, if you want to ask before starting the session, you can ask. Yeah, then we will start official introduction. Done? Directly. Okay. Yes, Khalil brother, welcome. Yes.
Happy evening, sir.
Happy evening. Yes, brother.
And happy evening to all. I am an existing student actually. I am traveling around 1.5 years with sir. I gain many more experience in my life through this class. So a very warm welcome to all the new students joining this online class. There's a wonderful platform. First of all, congratulations for taking this step to improve yourself. This class is not just about learning. It's just about changing our mindset and improving our life. By attending this class, we will learn how to think positively, how to handle our stress, how to control our emotion, and how to build a strong self-confidence. It will also help us to get a clarity in our goals and make a better decision in our daily life. Because in my experience also, I get it all the changes in my life. So many of students have already seen the great improvement in their mindset, communication, and all our happiness also. Because through the sharing our their experience, we also listening them experience also. So all of request you to be active and listen carefully the star each and every word, and most importantly, apply what you will learn in this class. That is where real changes and happens in our life. This is our chance to grow and transform your life. This is a wonderful platform. Once again, welcome to all of you. Let's learn, grow, and success together. Thank you. Thank you very much, all. Thanks to all.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. Okay. And we have Stella. Yes, Stella. Welcome, Stella. Stella is there? Okay. Okay. Yamini.
Yes.
Happy evening, sir.
Can you hear me?
Sorry.
I'm Stella.
Yamini, 1 minute, Yamini. Let
Yes.
Stella
Okay.
go. Yes, Stella, please.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to you, sir. Very happy to see you. And good evening, everyone, all my friends here. I'm Stella from Chennai. Actually, I attended sir's Mind Alchemist. It is an offline course. That was my first
The network issues, yeah.
ever class with sir. And those 4 days, all the therapies and the way he taught, I really I want to do all of his course and I'm going to join his organization. So I'm so happy to say this. How was the class? Means it was very different. I have attended so many webinars and I have seen the coaches. Everybody are unique. I learned so many things from everybody. But sir's class is something I was searching for exactly because he will say so many examples. He will say so many interesting stories and his life incidents so that we'll never forget the session. Just if you go to the PDF, you will remember the class, and you, of course, you have to take notes. Otherwise, you will forget. But sirs, all the tips and the informations will never forget. So that was very unique about him. And I never usually I used to keep learning the theories after I go to some webinar. I'll take notes. I'll keep learning. It was practical was less and theory was more, so that was a little difficult for me. But sir's class, if you attend the class, you'll remember everything. And the class was, it will be interesting. And you will never forget the class. Even one session of this, you'll never want to miss. This is what I experienced in that offline classes. And the 4 days was really great. And the community, when I first went, I was afraid not to meet so many new people. Brothers, sisters were there. But I was very afraid to go and, talk. But the welcome I got there, I forgot that I'm in some new place. The first day, first half session, half a day, I was afraid and was not able to mingle. But the next half a day and the other 3 days, I was enjoying myself a lot. I was, letting out all my whatever emotions I had never restricted. So that was the welcome I got there. And the mentor was really, he was guiding us, very, very in an easy way. This is what I felt there. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day and welcome again to this class. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Stella, for sharing your experience. God bless.
Thank you, sir.
Yamini,
Happy evening, sir.
happy evening.
Happy evening to one and all present here, and warm welcome to all of them for the new batch, sir. Actually, I'm so envied about this advanced certificate, sir. When I'm joined, I got only master diploma certificate. I'm about to finish the course, but still they're getting advanced certificate. First of all, I'm jealous of it, and mostly when we are joining an online class, we'll be having lots and lots of questions circling around our mind, like whether it works online, how about the coach, like a teacher, how can I trust the institution, all the questions. I literally personally had all the questions. But when I joined, I to be frank, we literally study lots of experience. Like we'll be having
practical knowledge in these classes. Without any doubt, you can join the course. You can very well get the certificate, which is very much valuable. And hello, yes, sir. This
Yes,
is
you are
what
right.
I wanted to, share with the newcomers, sir, because they'll be having lots of questions. I want them to ensure that I make sure there's no doubt in joining. Like without any doubt, they can join and they can get the certificate. And I had a wonderful experience joining here. I'm about to complete my course. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Yamini. God bless. You were mentioning about the new course title, no? So there's a good news for everyone who are already studying MDCC and who already completed MDCC. You can obtain equivalency certificate in the name of ACPC. So you will not be missing anything. You don't have to study anything again. So you can apply for equivalency certificate and you will be awarded. So you may have to pay only the administrative fees, small fees, certification fee. So all the MDCC, old student and existing student, you can opt for new certificate title. And moreover, for Sri Lankan students, by having this, by obtaining this new certificate, ACPC certificate, you can directly enroll for BSc. You don't have to complete A level and O level. Without completing O level and A level, you can directly study degree course. Yeah. So it is giving the eligibility to join a degree course. So these are all the things what we were doing for all these years. So we tried our best and we got the approval. So you can very well join. For the details and all, you can contact the coordinator. Yeah. And students who are there in India, suppose if you want university certificate, you can contact the coordinator. Yeah, by paying small amount by appearing an examination in India only. Sri Lanka, you don't have to appear for any examination. Suppose if it is on India for university certificate, you may have to go for a small examination and you will get a certificate from the university. Yeah, in general, you will be getting certificate from our institution NIPR, so which includes in the package. You don't have to pay anything for your course. So this is the concept. If you have got any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll go for the introduction. Yeah. So in between also, if you have any question, you can ask. And at the end, regarding the course or regarding psychology, motivation, training, anything related to the this field, you can ask. Okay. So advanced certificate in psychology and counseling. So earlier it was called MDCC. Yeah. And everybody knows that the timing. Yeah. English batch, it's a 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. All we tell everything in Indian context. Yeah. The timing and everything in Indian context. Wherever you are joining from any country, so you can just convert it. Yeah. And Tuesday and Thursday, Saturday. So time 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Tamil batch 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. So this is the course timing. Okay. So altogether it will be conducted for 12 months. Approximately it will be 300 hours curriculum. It is 300 hours curriculum. Everything online, including exam online. And suppose if you want some practical exposure and there will be internship conducted in India, Sri Lanka and Dubai. Yeah. So mostly in every 6 months in India, it will be conducted. Every year in Sri Lanka will be conducted. Occasionally, it will be conducted in Dubai. So this is the practical classes. It may be conducted for 4 days, 7 days, 5 days, 9 days. It depends on the curriculum. Different programs are there. So what Stella was mentioning about a 4 days program, Mind Alchemist, that was the last program which was conducted in Chennai. She was mentioning about that. So this is the concept. Yeah. Okay. And the fees everybody knows. Yeah. So the fees is 2,500 Indian rupees. And for other countries, especially for Malaysia, Singapore, Dubai, the fees will be varying. Fees according to the local market, it will be a little bit high comparing with the Indian fees because of the administration and all. Students who are joining from Dubai, you will be getting additional certificate from the UAE registered company. So we have our sister concern there, our group of entities there, Mastermind International. So you will be getting a certificate from Mastermind International Sharjah. Yeah, that's the additional advantage. So when people studying from Dubai, and the fee structure will be a little different and a little high. Okay. And the ACPC, the syllabus, a detailed syllabus is there. So after the program, if you would like to explore, you can very well contact the coordinator and get the prospectus. On the prospectus, everything is mentioned in detail. So there are 12 chapters covered. Yeah, there are 12 chapters covered in ACPC. Number one, micro skills in counseling. So what is micro skills in counseling? We must have heard about counseling. What is counseling? Counseling is making someone to get the right solution. So how we can guide them, how we can suggest, how we can make them get the proper solution. So that's what there in the counseling. So what about micro skills in counseling? So there are small concepts, the nuances, very important things. So which has to be taken care. Yeah. So that is all included in the micro skills in counseling. Small skills. So which will make the session interesting, which will make the session meaningful. That is included. In this chapter fully, we'll be discussing about micro skills, right? How to sit and how to maintain our body language, how to make the setup, and what should be the distance between the client and the coach and the counselor. Yeah. And how to start the conversation, and how to have the basic evaluation. Everything will be conducted. It will be included in the micro skills in counseling. Yeah. This is chapter 1. And next chapter, we have neuro-linguistic programming. And many of you must have heard this topic, NLP. So we have both offline and online program. Online NLP practitioner is included in ACPC. And there is advanced program for the physical program, NLP Master, NLP Grandmaster, NLP Supreme Master. So those are the physical program, which will be conducted in the program halls or the institution. So NLP practitioner is there online. Practitioner itself will be having 40 hours of classes. So NLP neuro-linguistic programming will be there in this topic. And this is basically about how we can tune our mind, how we can speak a language or follow a language, which is giving changes. So that is included. And next topic, REBT, Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy. Challenging our mind, rationalizing our mind. So why we are getting confused practically? Because our mind is confused. We are getting the irrational thought. So we are thinking that whether we can survive or not, and what kind of life I am living, am I okay or not, or these kind of questions are there. So here we are challenging our mind and rationalizing the things, asking the logical questions so that our mind will understand. So whatever I'm going through is nothing. Whatever I'm going through, it's illogical. Whatever I'm going through now is irrational. So get into the concept of rational. So when somebody is thinking, I'm nothing, I'm not eligible, yeah, I don't deserve it, this is irrational thought. Because of the mind confusion, it happens. By using the questions in REBT, the concepts in the REBT, we are challenging that thought. Are you nothing? No, you are everything. When you are thinking that you are not enough, and we are telling that you are enough. When you think that you are not deserved, we are telling that you deserve it. Whatever is there in the world, you deserve the best from this world. That's what we are making the people understand. For that, REBT is very much helpful, powerful concept. Yeah, that can be done. And the next one is a very important therapy, dialectical behavior therapy, which was not there in the previous syllabus in DCC. It has been newly ordered as per the guidelines of the university. The DBT, dialectical behavior therapy. So this is the therapy. We most of the time we have confusions whether this or that. Two kinds of mind we will always be having. And because of that, we will be getting confused. How to get a clarity. And in a distress situation, how we can come out of it. How can we maintain the mindfulness? How can we maintain the interpersonal relationship? All these things. When my emotions are not regulated, how can I regulate my mind. So those things are included in the DBT, dialectical behavior therapy. And fifth chapter, hypnotherapy. Most of us might have heard the word hypnotism. Yeah. So hypnotism, if you are using as hypnotism, it's only for relaxation. When you are in the relaxing mood, if you are tuning your mind, there is a stand called trance. Yeah, before sleeping, we are getting a particular status that is called trance. So how we can make a person get into this trance and break all the unlimited limited beliefs. We'll break all the myth, whatever is there in the mind, and making the mind accept positively, and making them to accept the reality by tuning the subconscious mind. So that can be done with the hypnotherapy. And sixth chapter, Enneagram. So Ennea means it's not an Indian word, it's a Latin word. Ennea means 9. Gram means picture. 9 particular points, by putting in a picture, you can get a solution. So there is a concept called Enneagram. In this Enneagram, we are using 9 different numbers to understand personality of the people. Enneagram is telling that we are all in this, within these 9 personalities. By knowing our personality, we will be in a position to adjust our nature, character. By adjusting our partner, by adjusting our children's personality, we will be in a position to understand and live with them peacefully. So that will be there in the Enneagram. And we have premarital, marital, and intimacy coaching, which is something unique. Most of the time, we must have heard about various advices for the marital counseling, marital advices, but this is completely different. So before marriage, what all questionnaires should be gone through by the couple, and what all things we should know before marriage, and what all knowledge they should have before marriage, everything will be discussed in the premarital. And after the marriage, post-marital, so whatever conflict comes, so it comes through around 11, 12 categories. So how to identify that, so how to get solution, so that they'll be living a peaceful life. Yeah. And whatever conflicts comes, how to tackle, how to handle, those things will be there in the post-marital. And another important concept along with marital counseling, which cannot be separated. If it is separated and the counseling will not be a counseling, that is called intimacy coaching. So the intimacy is the core concept in a marriage. So we can see now people who are coming for counseling. So there are numerous cases which comes from the background of intimacy. Either the man or woman, they are not interested in that, and they are not capable in that, and they are not having the knowledge about it. And they don't know that the problem comes from the intimacy, but they are not revealing or they are not identifying. So these are the issues what normally people face. By understanding the intimacy, by understanding the techniques, by understanding the background, we will be in a position to do the counseling effectively. And there are very, very limited counselors are there who can handle intimacy classes or intimacy counseling. So without touching this topic, it will be very, very difficult to get the solution. So intimacy coaching is one of the important topic in marital counseling. So that will be discussed in detail. In an education aspect, in a scientific aspect, and a psychological aspect. Yeah. And art and play therapy. So most of the time when we use the word counseling, immediately we get connected. We are thinking that the counseling means speaking. It's not necessary. Even without speaking even a single word, a person can be given counseling. Even without speaking single word. By having some activities, by having some games, by understanding the body language, by understanding the background of the person, through the art, through the play, we will be in a position to do the counseling and the therapy. That is called art and play therapy. So it works with the children, it works with the adults. Anyone can use this. It's one of the important concepts. So that is covered in this. And psychometric test. So there are ways to find out what is the problem with the client. Mostly we'll be asking or they'll be telling. This is the normal method while doing the counseling, and they'll be telling the issues, or otherwise we'll be asking the issues, or we'll be asking what they want, and based on that the counseling will be done. But even without that, by filling some form, by attending some questions, when a person is coming and telling that I am not confident, and how can you say that you are not confident? What will be the answer you'll be getting from the client? He will be getting confused now. So he is feeling that he is not confident. That's all. But by attending the psychometric assessment, the test, and we will be asking some questions. So all these questions will be given to you. By attending this question, the client, he himself will come to know that whether he is confident or not. So what we are going to do here we'll be having the measurable outcome. Where is the client and what do they need and what kind of changes they can get? So those things will be covered with the psychometric assessment on the test. Yeah. And law of attraction. So whatever I'm giving here is just one-liner. I'm not explaining about the course in detail. I'm just giving one-liner because it's an introductory program. I'm just introducing, even it's a reminder for the existing student and introduction for the new student. I'm just giving the one-liners. All these things we'll be discussing in detail in the class. And the law of attraction. So that also you must have heard, law of attraction. Whatever you want, you can get it by adjusting your mind, adjusting your thought, adjusting your manifestation techniques. By following some standards, you will be in a position to attain whatever you want by the grace of the Almighty. By the grace of the Almighty. It's not by human. Yeah? Being human, we have limitations. The law of attraction is telling that whatever you wish, you will get it by putting some strategy. We accept that. We agree that. But above all, we agree on that without God's will, nothing will happen. By using this technique, with the belief of the Almighty, we'll get it. So this is the belief what we ask. And people from different faiths, they may be from any faith. So whatever the system they follow as spirituality, the one thing is common everywhere. So whatever they refer as God, so no God is telling that you don't ask me. Whatever they refer as God, so it is been told, you ask me, I am giving. I am ready to give. You ask me. This is what God is saying. But we don't ask. Otherwise, we don't ask properly. How to ask? Law of attraction will help us. It increases our even the spiritual values. So that can be analyzed in psychological perspective and discuss. And we are learning everything. Suppose if you are not in a position to putting forward in front of the people, yeah, if you don't speak the way they understand, that may not be helpful for us. If you want to do a presentation, speak, and if you want to train people, these two topics, if you want to give a lecture, public speaking will be helpful. If you want to give us a training, so what all training protocols are there? How you can become a trainer? Because by studying these 5 or 10 techniques, you will get the techniques, the presentation to improve. The practical training will be given here. So it's like a physical program. All the students will be trained here to speak, to train with the measurable outcome. It's not like that just I'm speaking and I'm training. So after the training, what kind of result you will get? So that you can evaluate, and that will fetch the opportunities in corporate, that will fetch training opportunities in schools, colleges, and various institutions. So that thing will be covered in the public speaking and the trainer. So these are the concepts of the chapter which will be covered in ACPC. And if you are clear about the core concepts of this program, this course. Can you please type clear? Or if you have any question within this, you can raise your hand and ask, or you can type. If you are clear about the concept and the topics, what it is going to be, please type clear. I want to see your energetic clear here. Yes. Everyone. Yeah. Okay. Right. And there was a question, suppose if I miss the class, what to do? No problem. You'll be getting the recording. You'll be getting the recording. Recording will be updated within 12, 13 hours and you will get it. So you can watch any number of times. The recording will be available till the cloud facility is there. It may be for 15, 20 days. It will be there. So within the time you can watch. Okay. And the detailed about the syllabus, ACPC, chapter wise, it is already there. So what all things will be covered and the outcome of each topic, whatever we are discussing now. So those things are there. You can very well go through it. Okay. Clear. Done. And further, we'll be discussing about today. Most of us, we need a clarity. How I can use it for the profession. How I can use this course for the profession. And some people joined here because we have students from different background. There are counselors and trainers who are practicing for years. And there are people who are joining just for the knowledge and for the personal development. So whatever may be the purpose, and like having the clarity about psychological and psychiatric disorders, it will help us to improve further. It will help us to improve further. So how will you identify whether it's a psychological problem or psychiatric problem? And how to move further to get the treatment? So when somebody is asking and telling some problem by referring some internet or going through the chat GPT, by putting their problem and coming to you and asking, yeah, and how will you do that? Fatima Latif sister, actually hard copies are not available. You must be knowing the reason why hard copies cannot be given, because not less than 10 countries, from 10 to 15 countries, I can, we have students from Canada, Japan, Africa, in different places from Africa, US, London, yeah, here in Sri Lanka and India. So it is not possible to send hard copies to everywhere. Soft copies are there. You can very well print. You can very well print and keep it for your reference. Most of our students, they print and keep it. We'll just check now. How many of you, or old students or existing students, how many of you print and keep our material? If it is there, please type yes. If you are keeping printing and yeah, this is the status. So these students, they are keeping all the soft copies, they get it printed and filing it and keeping it. So that is better. Yeah, whenever it is shared in the group, it will be there in the group and the community. Ensure that you are copying it, everything, and printing it and use it. It will be good for the reference. Yeah, that can be done. And some students, they print and they take the notes also along with this printout PDF, and they add the notes also with that and the binding it. So that is the way you can keep it. Srinivasan, yes, sir. You can very well change the shift. Yeah, you can switch over from English to Tamil or Tamil to the English, subject to the condition. So it's not that exactly Tamil and English, the same topic will be going. Mostly it will be same. Sometime the variation will be there. That time you may have to adjust a little bit the syllabus till it comes to the next time. So it can be done. You can contact the coordinator. Yeah, right. Understanding psychological and psychiatric disorders. Yamini was asking, is it the last chapter or this over for batch 30? No, Yamini, we'll be having a few more classes with the life coaching concept. We'll be having few more classes. We'll be there for another 10-15 days. We'll be there. And you'll be having exam for the batch 30 on 11th of April. So this is actually for today's class. So we have prepared to make people understand the psychological psychiatric illness. First of all, who is psychologist and who is psychiatrist? So this itself a big confusion for many people. Not only for the new student, it is for even for the experts, even for the doctors, general doctors. So they have confusion about this. So whenever I go for a public program and all, about 50-60% people introduce me as psychiatrist. Yeah. Then sometime I am getting opportunity to tell that I am not a psychiatrist, I am a psychologist. Sometimes I am not getting the opportunity to tell that also. So who is psychiatrist? Yeah. Who is psychiatrist? Psychiatrist a person who is completing his medical degree, MBBS and MD or DPM, Diploma in Psychiatric Medicine. So they are people trying to give medicines. Yeah. And psychology, who is psychologist? Psychologist is the person who is completing a degree program, UG, PG, BSc, MSc, MPhil, PhD, this kind of program, non-medical program. So this is the difference. So whatever we are studying here, it comes in this scope, psychological scope, not psychiatric scope. Yeah. And psychiatrists, they will be giving they can give medicines. We cannot give medicine. And why people should go to psychiatrist or psychologist? What is the purpose? See, why I'm telling something and you are in a position to follow my words and you are in a position to follow my instruction and guidance, and after a couple of days, you are in a position to practice and come back for the improvement. That means you are affected by the psychological illness. And you want some solution mentally, but you are not able to follow my instruction and you are not under your control and you have extraordinary hallucination, illusion, and you have delusion and you have various thoughts which is not at all under your control. And you may be having some aggressive behavior, uncontrollable behavior, and you are not in the reality. You are living out of the reality. So there you may require psychiatrist, which cannot be treated by the counseling or the therapy. Therapy means psychological training. So there you need the psychiatrist. We cannot underestimate. Somebody was mentioning they are giving tablet, sleeping tablet. See, it is their nature. It is their nature. That's what they have studied. And some of the illnesses, the psychiatric issues and all, it is happening because of the hormonal issues. And the client will not be in a position to understand us and follow us. So there the psychiatrist should be referred. For rest of the things, to set a goal, to get the clarity, to come out of the stress, and if they are anxious, and if they are not having idea, if they are tired mentally, everything can be treated through counseling and therapy. And most of the clients, they are directly going to the psychiatrist without meeting the psychologist. Why? most of the client. So they are going to the psychiatrist directly and not going to the psychologist. Why? They are not aware. This is one of the solution, one of the answers. Yeah, they don't know. That is one of the answers. They don't know for what problem where to go. But another problem is that in the society, it is very difficult to find a quality psychologist. They first of all, they don't know where to go. Number two, identifying and finding a quality psychologist sometimes is difficult. But a psychiatrist, you can get it in you can find in multi-specialty hospitals. Agree? Anywhere in any place you can find psychiatrists easily. But psychologists, they don't know exactly whether this person is okay or not okay. But psychiatrists, there is a system and there is a hospital and people are accessible even if they are paying more and they are ready to go because they think that the solution they can get. But psychologists, they are not recognizing. Yeah. So that way they are going there. But when we make them identify this issue, and definitely that the scope is increasing, especially after COVID. Most of the people, they started recognizing after the COVID only. There is a problem and this kind of problem I am facing, and what are the issues I am facing, and I need a counselor. And during COVID, we have done counseling for hundreds and thousands of people, and we have trained hundreds of counselors with the various techniques. That was helping. Everywhere it's like Anjuman, because psychologists, there's a proper system and number of persons are less. But in upcoming days, all the psychology they will be having, they will be need for this society, and it's a good time that we have started. Yeah. Yeah, they are not preferring the psychology because of this issue only, the credibility, and they are hesitant to go and to open up all these things. So rather directly over to psychiatrist. Psychiatrist, what he will do? So he will not be much focusing on the counseling part and therapy part. Directly he will be giving the medication. We cannot blame them because that's what they have studied. How can you expect that? That's what they have studied. And when I'm going and telling that I have some my mood is not stable, and they have studied about the mood fluctuation, and they will be giving the medicine for the mood disorder, mood stabilizer. Can we blame them? We cannot blame. We should have awareness. But the same thing, if you are going for a psychologist and they will be giving some assignments, some work, some concepts to work. By doing that, they will feel relaxed. This is the point. So go to the psychologist for any problem first. Get it diagnosed. And when the psychologist is telling that it is not in my scope, you are out of the reality, and then go to the psychiatrist. Yeah. Yes, Anjuman, that is the need. So by understanding this one, it will be easy for us to go. And why I was telling that the need for psychologists are more, or the counselors are more, is that this is the scenario. This is the scenario. 1 in 4 affected in mental health condition. Maybe the severity may be different, but 1 in 4. So we are here 40 people. Yeah. So how many people may be having this problem? I need calculator. 44 people. How many people may be having some issues? Approximately 10 people. We are here itself. So we have a need. But we will not be recognizing. We will not be thinking that. We will not be thinking that. We will be telling that no, I don't need. And most of the time, even we are thinking, why I am behaving like that? So how many of you are having this thought? Why I am different? Why I am behaving like that? Why I am having this issue? Why this problem is there? Why I am not able to cope up? These are the problem. Everybody, little or more, 1 in 4 is facing the problem. And it gives various disabilities from this. And the mental health is not, the condition is not okay. This is the number one cause for creating the disability. That when we say 1 in 4, yeah, around 25%. And you know what is the percentage people are getting treated because of this? 75% are going untreated. 75% of the people who are facing mental health issues, they're getting no treatments. They're not accessible. They're not accessible. Even now, so when people who are coming from various small towns and all, you know what kind of medicine they take and who is giving the medicine? Any idea? For psychiatric illness or the disorder. So what kind of medicine they are getting and who is giving the medicine? So they are getting medicines from the general practitioners, the doctors. General practitioners, how can they evaluate? How can they diagnose it? Because they don't have the access. They are from the place. Yeah. The general practitioner, he will be having some common idea about the mood disability because they don't know the specialization and all. And he must be knowing, he must have studied or he must have asked somebody, and he will be generally prescribing something and giving. A few months back, one person came from Tanjavur, yeah, and he has been taking the medicine for 4 years, so which is not core psychiatric medicine. And he's telling that my problem was not solved. Hey, how can you solve your problem? Having this medicine itself a problem for you. Yeah, you change the doctor. You meet a psychiatrist first. Going to some general practitioner and believing that it will give you the cure. No. So 75% they go untreated. They're not getting the treatment. That is the point. So we should make them understand they are not alone. We are there. Directly and indirectly, these kind of programs will help many of our students. They get the support, giving the support to the family members who are having this kind of problem. And they are making sure that you are not alone, we are there. This kind of support we need. When somebody is there in our family with the diabetics, when somebody is facing the BP, when somebody is having some cardiac issue, and we are very well okay in accepting and giving the treatment for them. But when it comes to the mind, and we don't bother. Moreover, we start criticizing. Moreover, we are underestimating. Moreover, we are not moving forward to get the solution. So that thing has to be changed. So that this program has changed for thousands of people. They get the idea and so they are giving solutions also. So basically the difference is that psychological disorders, so our thought, our feeling and behavior, it can be corrected by following some format, some formula. That's all. By following some formula, it can be done. Yeah. So most of the psychological disorders, so it comes from the experience. My environment is not good. My husband is not good. My wife is not good. The way how I was brought up was not good. And when I was there as a child, I was misused. And I was abused. I was sexually abused or physically abused. I met in a trauma. These kind of people, they may develop the psychological disorder. So that maybe in different names it can be called and different problems it may rise. It may be creating as anxiety or OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. We'll discuss about that in future. And PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. After the trauma, so it exists long time. And the phobias, unnecessary fear, illogical fear, guilty feeling. This all can be solved by the counseling and the therapy. This is our scope. This is what we can do. Without medicine, we are not supposed to give medicine. So they are getting this problem by environment and the experiences. Environment where they are now or where they were living earlier, both connected. And what kind of experience they have, what kind of parenting style they were under, that's also a matter. My mother's parenting style will determine my psychological value, my belief. If she is dominant, if my father is dominant and he is authoritarian and he wanted my life. And most of the people now they are in 40s and 50s, but still they are living in that with that memory. That affects environment. So it can be addressed through the therapy. Therapy means the counseling with the training, psychological training, that is called therapy, that can be given. So that will change or challenge the emotional values, the cognition pattern, and our cognition, our intelligence, our emotion, so that we'll be okay. For that, there are so many therapies, and whatever therapies we have listed here, it will be helping. And most of you must be knowing our another program, ACLC, Advanced Certificate in Life Coaching. So there are some topics are there, like a solution focused brief therapy, like a cognitive behavioral therapy, like a transaction analysis. So those therapies also will be helping. So this is our scope, psychological disorder. And what is psychotic disorder? It is biological. And it is not by the environment. My environment is good, but still I am having some problem. It may be biological. It may be the neurological component. It is happening because of the chemical imbalances, structure changes in the mind. So there are some core diseases which are happening, disorders happening because of this: schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, severe depression. It's all involved. That's why the medicine is required. When the hormonal imbalance is there, by talking how it can be corrected. For that, medicine will be there. Along with the medicine, you can do the counseling, you can do the therapy that will make them better. Yeah. But believing only in counseling and therapy, it will not help. So this is the basic way how we can separate psychological and psychiatric disorder. So when we come to know this with the clarity, and we'll be getting better solution, and we can give better solution. Yeah. So rest of the things about this we'll discuss after the break. In our program, we'll be having 9 minutes of break. So 5:58 now. Please come back at 6:07. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Any questions? Shall we go ahead? Okay. Just a minute. I'm just changing the system. So network issues. So whatever we discussed so far, is it clear? Okay.
Recording in progress.
So this is the basic concept about psychological and psychiatric disorders. So whatever we can speak and we can give training and make them okay. So that comes under psychological disorder. So whatever the medical intervention is required, that comes under psychiatric disorder. There's a difference. Okay. So the important concept here is that sometimes you will not be in a position to differentiate exactly whether it's psychological or psychiatric. So in that situation, so we can try with the psychological aspect, counseling, training, therapy, and all can be given. If it is not there, and we can start taking the medication along with that, the counseling therapy can be given. And we have to ensure that so once the client is taking the medicine, and being a psychologist or being a counselor, we should never ever tell that stop the medicine when they are saying that they are okay. Yeah. So most of the time they will be thinking that ADHD, it comes under psychiatric disorder, Anjuman, because it is not in their control. No, that is not there in the control. So that's why. So this kind of once they start taking the medicine, so we should not be in a position to tell that and we stop it, because most of the client, so when they take the medicine, so after some time they will be feeling relaxed and they will be thinking that we are okay. But the psychiatric disorders, it doesn't come doesn't come continuously. Sometimes it comes in the episodes. Yeah, right. So we'll discuss one by one what and how it can be solved. And psychological disorder. So these are the basic concept: psychological psychiatrist, the anxiety disorder. So the generally due to the anxiety, as I told. So there is a area where psychological and psychiatric illnesses are clubbed. Yeah. So ADD, attention, it may be related to the anxiety management. It can be mentioned that. So we can now we can the basic concept is that we can try with that. So if it is not corrected, the anxiety, even without forming or without managing, without regulating, sometimes we may be having the anxiety, the anxious mind and all. So when we are regulating our mind, it can be okay. Sometimes if it is not possible, then we can go for the psychiatrist treatment and all. So the general anxiety disorder, panic disorder, social anxiety disorder, specific phobias. So all these things. So all these things, it can be controlled. It can be controlled by psychological aspect. If it is not there, then we can go for the medical treatment. So this is the only way. So those things, by having this idea, we'll be in a position what is our scope. So what this anxiety will create? So it is like giving the high alert. Imagine that your brain, your brain is something is firing, or something you have a restless thought, or something you get the physical symptom that some serious issues are there. Then what kind of the behavior will be there? And your behavior will be completely changed. And you cannot pay attention. Yeah, you cannot pay attention. In that situation, so the medication may be required. The same way, most of the time, the word depression. So nowadays, everybody use this word. Nowadays, everybody use this word depression. Even a 7 years old or 8-year-old children, they are using. I'm depressed today. I'm not going to the school. I'm depressed today. I cannot do it. Yeah. So this is the concept. So there is a difference between stress and depression. So we'll make the client understand. Suppose if you are having then and there, and when the situation is difficult, in particular situation only, if you are having problem, that all comes under stress. And when you are having some sort of issues continuously in a regular way, so that may fall under depression. Yeah, so those things and all, there are various tools are there to evaluate. And by giving counseling, by making them understand, and for the depression, there are good concepts are available in CBT. By doing all those therapy, if they are not okay with that, yeah, then we can go for medical treatment. So depression, OCD, these kind of illnesses and all, CBT can be used, DBT can be used. So after using this kind of therapies, if the therapist means if you are treating, if you are thinking that there is no change, then you can refer them to the psychiatrist. And don't take the risk. Don't believe that it will be okay for the treating for years and all. That is not advisable. That may become severe. So after a couple of sessions, maybe 2-3 sessions, you see that there is no change, and they are not able to control themselves, and they are not in the reality, and they are not able to follow the schedule. So that may be the issue. That may be not in our scope. Then we can treat them. We can send them for the medical treatment. Alongside, we can give the counseling, therapy, and all. That's not a problem. Believing in therapy and counseling, we should not leave that. Yeah. So those things, the depression, there are so many symptoms are there that we will study: withdrawal, exhaustion, silence, and immobilization. There is various aspects are there. So those things we can come to know. And most of us, you must have heard about OCD. Yeah, most of us must have heard this word OCD, obsession and compulsion. There are two things involved in OCD: obsession and compulsion. We can, for the understanding, we can differentiate this obsession and compulsion. Obsession, I keep on thinking something. the thought, distressing thought is coming. And compulsion, because of this thought, I start doing something. I am compelled to do something. That comes under compulsion. Got the difference? Obsession, the continuous thought, unwanted, intrusive, and distressing thought, it comes repeatedly. It's obsession. And because of this obsession, I am forced to do some behavior. I'm forced to express some words. I'm forced to behave in different way. That is compelling me. My thought, my obsession is compelling me to do something. That comes under compulsion. So we can, for the understanding, we can consider this as mind. This may be considered as the body. The visible changes, what you can see. OCD comes in different ways and different styles. There is a contamination OCD. People who are more focused in cleaning, the fear of germs. It may not be only through the biological issues, the hormonal issues. It may be due to the behavior. And there was a survey, people, some percentage of the people, they developed OCD after COVID. Why? After COVID, some percentage of the people, they developed OCD because they kept on washing their hand. Fear of germs. They wanted to keep everything clean. Continuously washing. After the COVID also, they do that. They don't involve. And that affects the routine. And some people, they behave, and it made us their behavior. They start sanitize everything. We had a guest last week. My mother-in-law was shaking hand. She came from US, a relative only. And my mother-in-law was giving hand, shaking hand. And she was telling, no, it's okay. She did not give. My mother-in-law felt sad and bad. A close relative, why she's not giving? Because it has become as a habit now for many people. After that, they made it as a habit. Shaking hand, and the cleanliness. So this is called contamination OCD. So they keep on thinking about the cleanliness. Yeah. And checking OCD. Closing the door, locking, going, after 2 minutes, remembering whether I locked or not. Again coming and checking, it's locked. And again going, again thinking that whether I have checked properly or not. And then coming and checking. Keep on checking. Whether I have turned off this AC or not. Whether I have turned off this gas or not. When I am telling this, I know that at least 20-30% of the people, you'll be thinking that, am I having OCD or not? Huh? How many of you thought in that way? I am also checking gas every time. I am also checking the lock every time. Yeah? Is there any possibility that I will also be having this one? Yes, I know. See, it happens with everyone. Yeah, it happens with everyone, but not repeatedly. The symmetry OCD. Symmetry OCD, the perfection. They do everything perfection, in the perfect way. How to differentiate? Jaya, if you are doing once in a while, it's normal. If you are doing every time, it may be OCD. It may be the symptom. There are various stages also. So it can be controlled through therapy. Yes, possible. If you are doing all the time, then we have to be careful. And you know one word what we tell to the client, and the one word which we don't like, and the one word which is making them get into the OCD, the perfection. It's a very, very dangerous word. We hate this word, perfection. People who are perfect, for some percentage, they may get some psychological disorder. Too much of perfect. And it is not good for them. It is not good for their circle also. A person who is perfect in his family, not only he is suffering, so he will make others suffer. Hey, what is going to do? It's okay. Sometimes not doing things perfectly. It's okay. too much of perfectionism will lead us to the psychological issue. In the introduction, I was mentioning about the Enneagram. In the Enneagram, among 9 personalities, 1 personality is perfectionist. So there we discuss how the perfectionist nature can be changed, what all treatment can be given. We'll discuss. And even at home, they will be expecting the cleanliness. They will keeping the bathroom, kitchen, the hall, repeatedly washing, the full time washing. Yeah. And there are people who will be washing when mother-in-law is there. They are very normal. We appreciate them. They are doing for the need. And they know that if it is not happening, then some other issues will be there. That is okay. That is expected that will happen normally. Even without mother-in-law, if you are washing, even without mother-in-law, if you are cleaning, then we have to check. Yeah. Hajira, the obsession and compulsion. Obsession means keep on thinking about it. Compulsion means because of this thinking, you start practicing it or behaving it. For example, your mind is thinking whether I locked or and this is called obsession, the thought. And going and checking and pulling and checking, that is behavior, that is compulsion. You are compelled to pull and check. Got the difference? Whether you switched off the gas or not, yeah, turned off it or not, you keep on thinking, the obsession, the thought. And going and checking it, it's a behavior, compulsion. So it can be in different way. For some people, they have sexual obsession. So they keep on thinking about it. And if they are not stopping it, they may enter into the compulsion. Yeah. So this can be done. So it will affect the daily life. And it may happen because of this, they may be becoming some sort of cause or shame. So that will lead them to enter into some unwanted issues that will spoil their reputation. Those things may happen. Clear? This OCD to certain level, it can be treated with the therapy. CBT will be helpful. So I referred one of the clients, and even I went there because I was there. I went with the client to a psychiatrist, and he was asking the symptom, and she was explaining the symptom, and he prescribed medicine. Okay, you know how much time it took altogether for diagnosing for OCD and giving medicine? Altogether, a psychiatrist who took the case and do it 4 to 5 hours. Psychiatrist. How much time it took for the psychiatrist to treat this OCD? So when we told the system, he asked some questions to the particular girl, because I was present there. I was there. I was just checking what he's doing for this case, because that was not treatable, because it's uncontrollable. The behavior and thoughts were there, and we used some therapy. It was not working, and she was not in a position to use it. She was studying 10th standard, 10th, 11th. And we took her referred to the psychiatrist, and I was there and checking how much time, how he is diagnosing. And he was asking everything, and he was asking her all these things. Okay. So he gave medicines and asked to take the medicine. After a couple of weeks, he asked to come. How much time it took? And no, the one session I'm asking. Yes, Sudha? I'm asking one session. That initial session to diagnose and give the medicine. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Even we can say less than 10 minutes. He has the symptom, and he told that she may be suffering from OCD. So I will give the medicine, take the medicine, and come after 2 weeks. This is how it works with them. So it will not be same for a therapist. Therapist for this, for OCD, at least they have to work for hours. At least they have to work for 10-15 hours for applying various therapies, various sittings. Mostly it can be curable. Even with the therapy, it can be done. So when they are in the advanced level, when they are not in control, then we can go for the psychiatrist. Yeah. So it will be in the loop. They will be keep on thinking about it. The OCD, it will be going like the obsession. They will think about this. Because of that, they will be anxious, whether it is done or not, or and they are forced to do some act because of that compulsion will happen. And doing that, they will have the temporary relief. Again, the obsession will again happen. That is the point here. It's not that it will be completed. It will not be complete. It is incomplete. A person who is going and checking the lock, and he should be satisfied. No? So obsession, the thought comes, and when started thinking the anxious, and thinking that, oh, I'm locked or not. And going and checking, compulsion. And when he's checking, oh, fine, temporary relief. It's not permanent. And after going, again, he's having, oh, whether I have checked properly, again coming and checking. So it is going in the loop. Have you seen people going to the bathroom and taking hours? Especially in taking bath. So they'll be washing everything, continuously they'll be cleaning. Again, they will feel fresh, and then they know something contaminated. Again, they will take bath. It will continuously happen. Just unending. Okay, you got the basic idea about OCD? The basic idea. So the treatment plan and all in different concept, different ideas we'll be studying in the course. There is a different thing. So the basic identifying what kind of problem they are facing. Yes? Can I have a powerful yes from everyone? So this is basically to understand. So what kind of psychological, psychiatric illnesses are there, how to identify. Yeah? And personality disorder. So there are clusters, 3 kinds of clusters are there. In their personality, their behavior, the changes will be there. Yeah. The cluster 1, there are 3 clusters in personality disorders. Their thinking pattern is different. And it is fixed in their mind. And it will be there for long. So the cluster 1, the cluster A, if you take cluster 1 as cluster A, it's all eccentric. So what will happen here? So they will not be connecting with the society. They will not be going along with the relationship. So when I'm telling this, you may connect some people with this disorder. This is cluster 1. They'll be having odd beliefs, unusual behavior. In a simple way, if I want to say cluster A, so they'll be having socially distant. It's unusual personality style. So have you seen people, they'll not be connecting. So we cannot say that people who are not connecting, they are having personality disorder. Yeah, it's not that. But there are possibilities that they may be facing this personality disorder. As we told, he may be 1 among 4. A person who is not socially connected. Why is it important? Why is it important? A person who is not connected to the people, who is distancing himself, dissociating from the people, attaching from the people, a person who is alone, a person who is immobilized and sitting in a place and not moving, there are possibilities that he may have the suicidal thought. Isolation and the suicidal thought is very close. Isolation and depression is very close. And people who are introvert and who are not mingling with the people, associating with the people, there are possibilities that gradually they will enter into the depression. So identifying these people are the important one. And moreover, and people and the students who are entering into the adolescent stage. So due to the hormonal things and all, they may face this detaching from the people, detaching from the relationship. That may happen. Yeah. So this is one cluster A. Cluster A, understand in this way, socially they are not connected. Socially they are distant. Clear? Cluster A. In their personality, so they will not be trusting anybody and they will not be going along with people and they will be having different beliefs and socially they are not connected. This is cluster A. Yeah. Cluster B. Yeah. So it's a dramatic or emotional and they have some sort of most of the people we might have heard this word: borderline personality, narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder. This is cluster B. That means they will be excessively behaving. The mood instability is high. And then we have the fear of abandonment. At some point, they will be harming others, becoming antisocial. And you might have heard the word NPD, narcissistic personality. And they will be having excessive admiration about themselves. They need admiration. They want to be acknowledged. And we have so many case studies. A few months back, one of our students, so who studied some short course, and she was contacting. They are living in London. Yeah? They are in the UK, in London. His husband is diagnosed with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. Because when we are explaining this, we have to be very careful. Sometimes what happens now, even in general personality, we in some situation people behaving in that way, we cannot label them. Yeah. And when they are having continuously this kind of issues, then after diagnosing, we will find out. And he's having NPD and he doesn't pay attention and he need more admiration and started beating and she was abused physically and he's beating the children, all these things. After sometimes he is becoming okay. So continuously, and she was telling that she is going to a divorce and because even the doctor told that he's taking the medicines also, but he's not able to control. And that's why along with the medicine, counseling and therapy will be helpful for them to regulate their thoughts. Of course, medicine is important in this kind of psychiatric illness, but having supportive counseling and the therapy will be helpful for them to fine tune their behavior. So this kind of things will be there. So the cluster B can be labeled as emotionally intense and unpredictable behavior. They don't know what they are doing. Yeah, you are right, Stella. They come under this category. They come under this category. They don't want to change. They will never change. They will never change their behavior. That comes under this category. Yeah. And is it clear? Cluster 2, cluster A, socially distant. Cluster B, emotionally intense, harming others with the behavior. And cluster C, this is anxious or fearful situation. So they are the people extremely avoidant, isolated, fear, expecting others to take care of them, perfectionism. In OCD, if you are only focused about perfectionism, that is called obsessive compulsive personality disorder. The one P is added here. If it is general, and we can call it OCD. If it is very clear about perfectionism, it is called obsessive compulsive personality disorder. So they may have this issue. So the third category, the cluster C, so anxiety driven personality style. So they they limit themselves, and they expect the sympathy, the pity, having the fear of rejection, social inhibition. Mostly, yes, the focus. Yeah, any kind of psychiatric illness, whatever we are discussing here, and it can be controlled. So the word, it has to be carefully used, not cured, controlled. There is a difference. There is a difference. In the psychiatric illness, psychological issues, we know that it can be even cured. Psychiatric illness, mostly it's better not to use the word cured. Use the word controlled or managed. And most of the people who are having this kind of disorder, the psychiatric disorder, the first question what they are asking the psychiatrist and the psychologist whom they meet, can this be cured? And what is the answer? Normally we give, it can be managed. Because no, it will not be like a treatment, a medicine, if you are giving, then it will be 100% okay. You may take diabetes. Diabetes reversal and all is a rare case, it can be reversed. What is a general case? Diabetes, it's not like a cure, it's just kind of disorder. Yeah. So when you are managing, when you are taking medicine, when you are going for walk and having diet and all these things, and it will be in the limit. It doesn't mean that it will be cured. The same thing is applicable for psychiatric illness also. And what should we do? The family members, for any kind of psychiatric illness, the family members, they have to go for group counseling. When the psychiatric patients are there, better not to mention patient, clients. When the clients are there, more than them, the family members are, they are in need of counseling. Because more than this client, the family members will be suffering. If they don't have proper idea about this particular disorder, the family members, they will suffer more. When they have awareness, they will go for the acceptance. The only way for the family members of the psychiatric illness, go for the acceptance. If they don't accept it, they will be suffering. They don't accept it, they will be suffering. So this is the answer, whether it can be cured. It can be controlled and managed. Yeah. And there are various case studies about a lady who is 64 years old, and she was going through childhood abuse and a difficult upbringing. So even that was affecting later. That was creating the borderline personality disorder. So that creates the emotional instability, the issues in each and everything, the questioning herself, and the relationship issues are there. So when it is followed, yeah. So when it is understood and gradually making her understand to come out of it. So this kind of things can be done. And further to explore about psychiatric disorder, the one word you can never leave. Without this, you cannot conclude this topic. Most of us must have heard this word, schizophrenia. And if you want to tell one particular disorder which is very high in the impact, negative impact, the severity, that is called a schizophrenia. So where people don't have control and all, it is controlled by their mind. So they have the hallucination. They will listen voices, hearing the voices, seeing things, feeling somebody is walking. and they have the sensations in the body differently, and they will feel that somebody is living with them. The other day, one boy came for counseling who completed engineering degree, and he started feeling this. He started developing schizophrenia disorder when he was studying 7th standard. So when he came for counseling after completing engineering degree, in this period, 7th standard to completing degree, not less than 10 years. 10 years he is facing this problem. The pathetic one is that he was not consulted with any doctor. And his family members, his uncle and all, he's educated person, but still he did not pay attention. At least they should have thought about it, because that much system is evident and clear. And he's telling openly that somebody is living with me in my mind. And he's living with somebody all these years. And he's sharing his feeling and body with some people mentally. And he used to be aggressive. He used to beat the people at his house. All these things were happening, but these people never took a step. So when they came, and I was discussing just half an hour and 40 minutes. Within 30 minutes, I could understand he's going through this schizophrenia disorder for a long time. And he should have been given treatment long back. So most of the time, that's why, because of this awareness is not there. And people thinking that it will be okay. Some people, they are thinking there's a black magic is there with this person. And some people think that so it is happening because of the evil eyes or the evil. It's a ghost attack. So in the village side, even now, people believe that it is happening because of the ghost or the evil. And they are taking to some samyar, so taking to some religious people. See, believing and going ahead with the spiritual values are different. That can be done. But this is the psychiatric illness. Treatment should be given alongside. Yeah. So the hallucination, it may happen. And the delusion, the belief completely will be different. His thought will be completely different. And he will believe things which are abnormal. And most of the cases will be having this kind of issues. Somebody is watching me. Wherever I go, there is a CCTV camera. Anybody heard? This is common in schizophrenia people. They believe that somebody is watching their behavior wherever they go. They believe that somebody is tracking their behavior. They believe that the people who are standing there, they are talking about me only. The belief pattern is having the wrong belief. Yeah. So that may happen in schizophrenia. And disorganizing thinking. And they will think something and doing something else. They cannot organize properly the things. And the negative symptoms, lacking the motivation, negatively the emotional and all, they cannot control. They cannot speak. They'll be down. Social withdrawal. So positively, they cannot move ahead. Yeah, schizophrenia, especially psychiatric illnesses, psychiatric disorders, the possibilities are there. It may come from gene. Number one, possibilities only. We cannot confirm with that. Number two, without any family history, on its own from the hormonal issue. But mostly psychiatric illness, it's not from environmental factor. Psychological issues, it may be from environmental factor. But psychiatric illness, mostly it is from the gene or in the hormone, bodily things. But exactly from where it comes and how it comes, nobody can tell. Nobody can tell. The origin of this disorder, from where it comes, they cannot find out. But only we can assume. The first thing what psychiatrists will ask when people are going there, when the clients are going, the first question what he will ask is that, was there anyone in your family who was facing any kind of psychiatric illness? So this question is inevitable. Without this, no treatment can be taken. No treatment will be given by the specialist. It may be from the grandfather. Even we have seen some cases 3-4 generation back, somebody having issues exactly what this person is having. And they will be checking father, mother, father side, mother side. Every like the same thing what people are checking for the diabetes. So if you go to the diabetic specialist, and he will be asking this question. Yeah, the family history. Family history is important here. So by knowing the family history, what you will do? You will do nothing. You will just realize how it came. That's all. The treatment it will not be varying. The treatment you have to take it. So the schizophrenia is completely like the reality shift is happening there. Something is happening in and around my body, so which is not in my control. Yeah. So I'm not able to distinguish, differentiate what is real, what is unreal. Yeah? So that is the concept. Got the basic idea of schizophrenia? Got it? There are many movies, even the movie 3 was referred in that. Sometimes the exaggeration may be there in the movies, but the movie 3, it's the hero Dhanush, he was facing this schizophrenia, and finally he is committing a suicide and all. Sometimes the exaggeration will be there, but the basic concepts are same. Okay. And one more important illness, the disorder. Okay. And there are many people, many people in the celebrities, they have the problem. It will not be shown outside. The next psychiatric illness is the bipolar disorder. We can call it as the roller coaster of moods. A person who is having extremely high in the energy, the very next day or the same day, going to the extremely depressive. This is bipolar. That's why we two polars. Yeah, two poles, two different poles, different feeling, different emotions. Yeah. So these are the two things. Manic or depressive. So they'll be talking about everything positively, the motivating way, energetic way. And they will be telling the husband, you are the husband, the world best husband. They'll give the certificate also. The very next day or the same evening, they'll be telling, you are the worst husband. Yeah. So here they'll be telling that I feel proud and happy getting married to you. On the very next day, they'll be telling that I spoiled my life getting married with you. And when I am telling this, many of us will be thinking now, normally I am also thinking that I am having the bipolar. Yeah, if you are thinking once in a while, it is okay. Because most of the housewives, the homemakers, they think in that way. Yeah, this thought is there, no? That will be there. Okay, if you are getting rarely, it's fine. If you are getting regularly, yeah, that may be the symptom of the bipolar. And in the maniac, it goes further hypomanic. Manic, it will be hypomanic. That means that the energy, high energy. And sometimes they will be stable. Neither depressive nor manic. Basically, these are the two poles, manic and depressive. Sometimes they are stable. In the manic, sometimes they move hypomanic. Hypomanic is the condition when they become aggressive, when they are not controllable, when they are adamant, when they are disturbing others, when they are calling somebody and speaking, when they are appreciating somebody like anything, when they want to do some celebrations, when they want to go for restaurants uncontrollably, when they want to go for shopping uncontrollably. That all hypomanic. And to control them, severe medication may be required. Sometimes they may have to be admitted in the hospital. Yeah. And they may have to be admitted in hospital. They may have to be, they stay there for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 month. And then after some time, they'll become stable, normal. Yeah. So people, yes, people who are having who are a drunkard, taking alcohol, yes, they'll be looking like the same thing only. So they will drink and tell that everything. Yeah. Coming to the wife and telling that you are beautiful in the world. Even if she doesn't believe, they'll be telling. The very next day they'll come to the normal, not believing in the word what they are telling. So it happens. So are they doing it purposefully? No, they're not doing it purposefully without their knowledge. See, when they are manic and hypomanic, and when they become stable, no, they will forget about this. These episodes and all they may not remember. They may not remember, and they will be living like a normal person. But when they are in the hypomanic, no, people who are seeing them and they will decide and they will feel that these people are gone. Hereafter, they will not be okay. They cannot be cured. This kind of thought will be there for the family members itself sometimes. But we can believe, we can accept, and we can think that. So we know that they can be cured. They can be controlled and monitored. And after some time, they will become stable. Even many different cases, difficult cases, they become stable. But when they are manic and hypomanic, when we pay attention because of this action, they'll be doing things which are not controllable or excessive emotions and all be there. So there we pay attention. Sometimes we don't pay attention when they are depressive. It is also dangerous one when they are silent, not interacting, not speaking, and they'll be using the words. They're not okay. Yes, I mean these are the psychiatric illnesses. These are the psychiatric illnesses. Purely schizophrenia, bipolar disorder. These are the psychiatric illnesses. Medication is mandatory. It cannot be treated by the therapist. That's why we are discussing here. It's very important. But it can be supported by the therapist. Because it's not there in their control. No? That's why I'm telling. They are out of the reality. They are not doing purposefully. Because of the chemicals imbalance, they are doing it. They are not in a position, even they don't know. When they become stable, they will forget about whatever they had done. Or they may remember just like that. The severity, how they faced, only the people who are there, who are attending, they will know. Hajira, for this, taking medicine is the solution. Taking medicine along with counseling therapy for the relaxation, it will help. Some people, if they are working in environment, somehow they are managing it. But the real face is that when they are coming home, they are not able to control and they may be facing issues. So with this, there are so many case studies. The time is not allowing us to discuss about this. There are so many case studies with the bipolar. Yeah. அதுக்கு ஒத்துக்காதவங்களுக்கு என்ன பண்ணலாம்? Okay, I'll tell. Okay, these are the basic psychiatric illnesses. There are some other illnesses also. ADHD is there. The dissociative identity disorder, the multiple personality disorder. So those things are there. These are all coming under psychiatric illnesses. We'll discuss in detail in upcoming classes with our therapies. So most of the things, except the core psychiatric illnesses, whatever psychological disorders, we can help them. And even for psychiatric illness, psychiatric disorders, we can support them with our concepts and therapies. Right? If you got any questions, you can ask now regarding to the today's class or the subjects. Okay, Hajiran Acharya is asking a very good question that if somebody is not accepting to take medicine, what will you do? We should convince them and take the medicine. That is the only way. Yeah. So we have to, the acceptance is the key here. Acceptance is the key for the client as well as to the family members. The family members, sometimes if they don't accept, it will be a problem. Can they lead a normal life? Yes. Can they get married? Yes. But remember, when people who are getting married, people who are getting married with psychiatric disorder, please tell in advance that the particular person is going through this disorder. Because while getting married, maybe they may be in the stable stage. After some time, they may go to the manic or the depressive state. And I have seen personally so many cases, divorce cases, because of this. It's not because of the issues. It's not because of the issues. It is because the first question will come that, why you did not inform me? If it is informed, then you will not get married. They know that is the answer. They will not be telling that. We thought that it will be okay. It will not be okay. Please accept it. Get married to a person who can accept this. Yeah. We'll get the person. Believe in that. So like other diseases, this is also one of the disease disorder. Tell openly, this is the problem, I'm taking medication. I'm under medication. Otherwise, after some time, anyway, it will come in episodes. While getting married, it may not be knowing. Maybe after 6 months or 1 year, they'll come to know. So better to tell and get married. That's a better solution, right? Any other Hajra? For any kind of solutions, it's better you can convince and do it. Whether it's angry man or normal man, any man, with their acceptance only it can be done, right? Hope you got the basic idea about our courses and you got basic idea about the psychological and psychiatric disorders, right? With this, we'll conclude now and we'll meet again in different situation, different timing. And the students who join now for this course, I welcome once again. And if you have any questions, you can ask in the class. Yeah, flower medicine will be helpful. There are some alternative medicines also available, but whatever it is there, the person should come forward and do it. A Tamil batch Hajira, it will be there at 7:30. You can use the same link. People who want to attend Tamil batch, today we have introductory program. The same program, it will be conducted again in Tamil at 7:30. Meet பண்ணுவோம். Okay. Thank you so much. Good night.